for me, made me wanna say, even though I got plenty, if I'm down to my last penny, I still gotta, I still gotta, I still gotta.
Here we go, bucket off the pick and roll. Shit, gotta go, we don't move it scary.
Last time a shed a tear, that when Prince died. Cause if we rockin', then you know we rockin' like it's Slipknot. See, this ain't basketball at halftime. We on switch sides. She thinks she love me, but she fell in love with my rich side. I got it for less. Flip that, then I got on a check. Dispatch, then we go on a race. Switch it up.
It's week 18. Here's the former Illini kicker Chase McLaughlin to get us started. And we are underway from Atlanta. And just shutting him off there. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And a glance at the tall signal caller, standing 6'6".
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. This defense for the Buccaneers, they were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. Discussed on defense, there's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
4 yards the pickup, first down. The Falcons had 15-1 on the year. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
But Charles, as we've covered, they've already clinched their spot in the postseason, so now they just want to avoid adding any additional names to this list before the postseason begins.
Terrific observation, because trying to move up a spot, I don't know if it's worth it if you're trying to play guys who aren't quite right. Get them healthy, get ready for the playoffs, make your move then.
And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. You look at this defense for Tampa Bay, and they're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
And when people talk about facing a challenge, they are certainly getting one in this ball game, because they're facing the #1 rushing unit in the NFL, which means it's going to be a contest they've got to be prepared for from the first snap.
That's out wide here for Robinson. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. So they give it up just on their side of midfield. And, yeah, I mean, a surprising decision there to go for that.
Must have a lot of confidence in his defense. Must feel like, hey, we're in great shape here because our defense can hold them, because they're really outside of field goal range now, right? The opposite team. So if you hold them here, you haven't given up any points. You may give up a punt and you're pinned down a little bit, but must have thought it was an okay spot to go for it and decided to be aggressive.
Looking to throw on second down. Ball, a short one there, caught by Likely. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
They try and run on first down, but to no avail. Tackle for a 2-yard loss in the backfield.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
To throw on second down. Ball. He finds Robinson. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? So roughing the passer call is accepted, and this officiating crew not making very many friends here with this crowd.
Yeah, we all know that everyone accuses the officials of kind of playing to the home team, but not in this case. They're just trying to administer the game the way it's supposed to be. That drew the flag.
And he takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd of inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Back to throw. Ball in trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Isaiah Foskey brings him down.
We're talking about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and the Bucs take a 3-0 lead. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Their dreams of an undefeated season shattered with the loss a week ago. Now, look, whenever an undefeated team goes down, you always hear some say, well, they needed that. I don't know, Charles. Is that a narrative that you buy into?
Well, I haven't met a coach yet that feels like they needed that loss. You know, that's not something that they're in favor of. But I do know this. People like us, our colleagues, all of us in the media, constantly hammering a team that's undefeated. Hey, do you think you can do it the whole season? Can you carry it the whole way? That does wear down a group, and sometimes that loss, get us off your back, you can move forward from there.
Robinson will try to pick it up. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
They'll run on first down. Fletcher. And it'll be a minimum pickup here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. Back now in Atlanta, second quarter action. The Falcons with the football as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Fletcher. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on first.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, You can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, time.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything. It's a sack and a turn. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And that will force a turnover on downs. 1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. They'll go up the middle with White. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
I can't help it because I'm just sitting back in admiration right now of what I'm seeing. This is a defense that essentially announces to everyone that they're going to play, you are not running the ball against.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Damone Clark fought his way through and buried him behind the line.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. On 4th down, on is Corey Bajorquez to punt. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Atlanta regains possession of the football. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that 4th down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so. But maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Up the middle they go. It's Fletcher. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 51 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. Some extra space following the display of power. Down just inside the 45. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
There's so many definitions of a complete back. I think most people think a guy who can block, a guy who can catch, and a guy who can run. But how about when you put it all together as a runner, and you can fake people out, you can be shifty, and also run with some power and break tackles, as we just saw on that pickup.
On 2nd down now, it's Fletcher. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Yeah, once more, strong running. Excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And this one's incomplete. Well, these two teams, they met up way back in the season opener. And it was the Falcons getting the road victory in that one. So they'll look to finish off the season sweep here in Atlanta. Off the bootleg, Ritchie. That's going to be caught by Pitts. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 16. A gain there of 21 yards. first down. Fletcher. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Here's 2nd and 1 now from the 7. Off the bootleg. Ritchie sliding out of the pocket to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
So many times I advocate not challenging coverage downfield, but on this play, I thought he made an excellent decision to actually do so. If that had been complete, that would have been one for the highlight reel.
9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. Oh, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. The offense stays put. They failed twice already in this first half, but they're going to go a 3rd time here on 4th down. They'll run for it with Robinson. He is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Bijan Robinson with career touchdown number 158. That pushes him past Randy Moss and into 4th place all time. And the Falcons' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point right down the middle, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And looking at this situation, Charles, you got more than a minute. You've got all 3 timeouts. Probably no need to play this safe.
So what you're saying is that we're doing a little bit of a mind meld here, aren't we? Because I'm thinking along the same lines as you. This amount of time, don't be compelled to play it too safe. This is a chance to get points on the board. Press it a little bit.
And especially since a touchdown here gets you the lead. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well. You know, he's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously, one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position you have to be, you just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball. It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
Off the play fake. Ritchie. That is caught. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one goes for 36 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Fletcher. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, 2nd down. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. From the 25, here's 2nd and 6. They'll keep it on the ground. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. 30 seconds remain in this first half as they come up here 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery. Ball over the middle. He completes it to Robinson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. A final shot before break. Ball throwing out left and finding Likely. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Hey, we get it. No time to waste. Playoffs starting next week. We skip right over halftime and get back to the action. So a 4-point game here as we get set to resume action in this 3rd quarter of play. And no run back here as the 3rd quarter will commence with a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin this 3rd quarter. Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the 2nd quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again. Ball. And this one nearly intercepted. Boy, that would have been a great time for their first pick. But instead, it's 3rd down. The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
He's got his target. That's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That's a 1st down with a cherry on top, 31 yards. Again, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He's got room to roam. Touchdown! Wan'Dale Robinson. his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Bucs have taken the lead here in this third quarter. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead is now 10-7. So that drive, 6 plays, 75 yards. And it was finished up by a touchdown catch from Wan'Dale Robinson. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now. And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just already know our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side trying to match each other.
From the 31, here's 2nd down and 2. Off play action. Ritchie. He's got a full head of steam. And finally marked down at the 42-yard line. 27 yards there, a first down.
2nd and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
Throwing on first down. Ritchie. Man open. It's Goodwin. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. So the completion good for 7 there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Looked like the screen pass was taken away there, but what a nice job improvising, finding other options, and completing the pass anyway.
On 2nd down, it's Fletcher, and he gets it down to the 32. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
It's no accident they've been moving the ball well all game long. This offensive line has done an excellent job adapting to everything the defense is throwing at them and creating holes for their runners.
On 1st and 10, Ritchie. That's caught left side to tight end Pitts. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. Called that a very strong gain of 24.
Well, this is a defense that's definitely on their heels now because they gave up the running play for good yardage 1 play ago. Now the pass here sets this offense up 1st and goal. They're going to have to dig in strong now because they've been in retreat so far in this drive. This offense on the march.
That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. Looking to throw. Ritchie, that's caught at the 1. Able to get 9 out of that pitch and catch, but now 3rd and goal.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way gun. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards.
How about that stand defensively? The sticks were moving against them. First down after first down was being piled up. They had driven all the way down the field, and then they ran into a wall on 3rd and goal. Nice job regrouping. Very impressive.
And now before they run this play on 4th and 1, we're going to get a break and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter. The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. Gets it out quickly here to the left flank. Touchdown, Falcons! From a yard out. And the Falcons are once again back in front. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead is now 14-10. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And the end result, an Atlanta touchdown. Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away. And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. They had gotten the lead with the opening drive touchdown in the third quarter. Now they relinquished that lead back. Could be in for an interesting second half.
It certainly appears that way, doesn't it? Almost turning into one of those pendulum games, right, where it swings back and forth, and who's going to make the play that changes.
By Beasley! And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
Well, as my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that will bring up second down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Back now in Atlanta. It's Buccaneer football, but they've got work to do. They find themselves behind here to start the fourth quarter. Now with 1st and 10 at the 11. They stay on the ground with White. They showed some tough running, but they'll drop him at the 5-yard line. 41 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
On second down, they'll run with White. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. Offense on third down tonight, 2 for 5 to this point. They're looking at third and a few inches. Here's Rivers. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Here we go on 4th down. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
Partner, when you see a running play stop short like that, you just know that the defensive front, they won the battle of leverage and created the push back into the opposing backfield.
And for the offensive coordinator, whether you had 1 yard to go or 20 yards to go on 4th down, now you're probably saying, oh, maybe I should have passed it, right?
Yeah, hindsight is always 20/20.
So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
And so many different assignments you can have at that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
Robinson up the middle. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. 15 yards, first down Atlanta.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Off the play fake. Ritchie. Got this complete to the tight end Pitts. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It's a gain of 34.
There's the arm strength that we saw in college and during the scouting process. And really, it's not just the arm strength there, but the placement as well. To me, that was an excellent combination of arm talent and accuracy.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. They'll run on first down. Fletcher. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
They work now on 2nd and 9. Off-play action. Ritchie. Well, this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one.
Previous play is under review.
Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they got to decide.
After review of the play, ruling
so
on
the challenge not a successful one, as this will stay an incomplete pass. On 3rd down, Ritchie. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This will get the lead up to 7. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. So he's been automatic to this part of the season, and he connects on the field goal here.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback. So now the Bucs down by 7, 2:13 remaining. Plenty of time here. They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning as they've got it 1st and 10. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. 2nd and 6 coming up. Back to throw. Ball. Oh, and that is incomplete.
Well, I think we were both wondering if we were going to see them try and push it deep downfield, facing a 1-possession deficit late, and they certainly didn't disappoint. They gave it an effort.
The sound reverberating here in the dome. This is 3rd down. Back to throw. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Partner, they've got 1 chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line. They got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. 2nd down and a run by Robinson. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. third down. It's Fletcher. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And his kick is good. And they dial him up here. That makes our score 20-10.
So the starting field position was terrific following a surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback. The Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Here's second down and 3.
Operating from the gun. Ball.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to be a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Well, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's fourth down.
And that will be incomplete. Looked like it might have been intercepted, but he's out of bounds. And a good thing, too, probably. That would have cost him yardage. But now they'll get the ball back on the turnover on downs.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college and happen in the NFL. The miracle of the medal lands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining.
Try to take this home. They'll run.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for Atlanta,
they finish oh so close to perfection in the regular season, but this win in the final weekend gives them a final mark of 16-1.
And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for the Buccaneers,
the loss means they'll finish up the regular season at 10-7.
And it's going to be finger-crossing time as we await the final shakedown of this year's playoff picture.